Look, Sox fans, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I think we all kind of know it. The Red Sox are trending for a 4th straight season of being the definition of mid. And with that comes talk of selling at the trade deadline. So today, we are going to preview the Red Sox trade deadline and go over 5 trade candidates that I think the Red Sox could end up selling if they crash and burn over the next few weeks. But before we get into this, I want to just get a gauge from all of Red Sox Nation off the top. Will the Red Sox be buyers or sellers at the MLB trade deadline in July? Type B for buyers, type S for sellers. I want to hear your thoughts. We're getting close. We are within a few months of the trade deadline, and moves are going to be made. Either good moves because we're competing or bad moves because we're saying goodbye to players that we love. So you let me know. B for buyers, S for sellers. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Yesterday's video, we talked about Jeff Passan's preview of the trade deadline, and he had a list of players that he thought were realistic for the Red Sox to sell. Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito, Aroldis Chapman, Brennan Bernardino, Justin Wilson, and Rob Refsnyder. Also mentioned, Jarren Duran and Wilyer Abreu, but I don't think those are as realistic. But here's where we stand. We are very close to seller mode. I'm not going to my job here is to not try to make lemonade out of lemons. This is a bad situation. The Red Sox are not in a good situation. And we talked about it with Passan's article yesterday. This team should not be a 500 team. They should not be as bad as they are. The roster should have been constructed good enough to where they are competing for a division title, an AL pennant, a World Series, but they're not. They're playing bad baseball. And the fact of the matter, the very, unfortunate fact of the matter, is that we are incredibly close to seller mode. We're going to know by the end of next weekend if the Red Sox are buyers and sellers. And that's my take on this entire thing. The schedule coming up is very daunting. And by the end of next weekend, I think, unless they play mid-baseball and they continue to stay in it just enough, I think we're going to know by the end of next week where this team stands for the rest of the season. Because tonight, you start your first series of the year with the New York Yankees. 3-game series in the Bronx. Then you play Tampa Bay at home. They've been hot. They've been playing well. And then you play the Yankees again the weekend after at home. These 6 games, this series is important as well, but these 6 games against New York could make or break the rest of your season and could decide whether or not you are buying or selling at the trade deadline. So let's say they are selling. There are 3 players, or 3 people, I just want to start it off, that are not going to get traded, okay? Trevor Story, Masataka Yoshida, and any of the big 3 are not getting traded. It's not happening. And I know everyone wants Trevor Story and Masataka Yoshida out of here. But the fact of the matter is the reason why you want them out of here is the reason why they're not going to get traded. Trevor Story and Masataka Yoshida are both not good. They're not good. Masa's okay, but he has no trade value whatsoever. And they both have huge contracts. The only way you'd be able to trade either one of these players is tacking on a high-level prospect or a high-level major league player. And I'm not willing to do that. Honestly, if you want to get rid of Trevor Story, just DFA his ass. It's that simple. So yes, as much as, I see people in the comments, just trade Story, just trade Masa. It's not that easy. No team wants them. No team wants their contract. It's not happening. And then the big 3 speak for themselves. You're not trading any of the big 3 unless there's some package that blows you away. But the Red Sox are not looking for a package like that if they're selling. So the big 3 are not part of the conversations as well. Let's talk about who could be a part of the conversations. Number 1's Walker Buehler. And we talked about him in yesterday's video. If you have not checked out yesterday's video, we went in depth on a Walker Buehler trade. Jeff Passan named Walker Buehler in his article as the best player potentially available for the Red Sox. And If you're looking at potential trade candidates, he's probably one of the best ones you have. Has he pitched Cy Young quality? Absolutely not. You know, he had a little IL stint at the beginning of the season. 9 games started, an ERA of 4.44, 42 Ks, 15 walks, a FIP of 4.72. And he is on the mound for you tonight. Look, he probably makes the most sense of anyone on this team. And this, if you were to trade him, this is what the rotation would look like. Walker Buehler would be gone. You'd have Crochet, Giolito, Abreu, Dobbins, Fitz. If you are to the point where you are selling, that means that your season is not going to be a playoff season. That means you are basically admitting defeat. And if that's the case, I would certainly consider it for the right price. Like, if the Red Sox are in it, I'm keeping Buehler. He's been your second best starter this year. But if you're selling, you're admitting defeat, and you're admitting that the season is over, and you're admitting that you're looking to 2026. I'm fine giving Richard Fitz and Hunter Dobbins 10, 20 more starts if that means they continue to develop at the big league level. So if a team comes around and says, hey, we'd like to give you a package for Walker Buehler, and you're definitely out of the AL race or the wild card race, I would certainly consider it. Hey, do you love the Red Sox? Do you hate the Yankees? If you do, we're going to be live later today for the Yankee game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Walker Buehler on the mound. You're in life support mode. You got to win. You have to win these games if you want to continue this season. We're going to be live. If you joined us for the Marcelo Meyer debut, we had a lot of fun. We are running it back. The bosses gave me the green light. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Our next goal is 2,200 subscribers. That is our next goal. And if you want to get there, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us tonight for the first Yankee game of the season. Lucas Giolito's number 2. I don't think this happens. And that's not because I don't think the Red Sox are willing to do it. I don't think any other team is willing to do it. He's pitched in 7 games this year. He's got an ERA of 6.42. He's got 27 Ks, 11 walks. He's got a whip of 1.634. Giolito's not looked good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He pitched 2 days ago, gave up 7 runs, couldn't get out of the second inning. He has been the definition of snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. Every other game is a great pitching performance. 2 starts ago, he went 7 innings, pitched a gem, and then he gives up 7 runs in the first 2 innings against the lowly Los Angeles Angels. Does a contender want that inconsistency? If you're a contender, you want a pitcher that you are confident is going to go out day after day and perform well. You don't have that consistency with Lucas Giolito. So while I do think he is someone that people could potentially call for, and someone that Jeff Passan did bring up in his article, I don't know if a team's going to want that type of inconsistency, but that's just me. One of the names that has been brought up a few times, and one that I think is probably at the top of the list of legitimate trade candidates, is Aroldis Chapman. It takes a man to admit when he was wrong. And I was wrong. Aroldis Chapman, I despised, and I mean with a capital D, despised that signing this offseason. I hated it. He's been really good this year, though. He's pitched in 27 games. He's got, I believe, 9 saves, a 1.8 ERA, 33 Ks, only 9 walks, which was my biggest concern. He has a whip of 0.960. I told you guys I would eat crow if I was wrong. And here I am. I was wrong. I did not like the Chapman signing. But shout out to Craig Breslow. I know people don't want to do that right now, but shout out to Craig Breslow. He killed it. A playoff contender would love Chapman. You got a 100-mile-an-hour flamethrower that is finding the zone this year. If a contender is looking for a lockdown, high-leverage reliever, Chapman's your guy. And if the Red Sox are in sell mode, I think you could get something pretty good back for the services of Aroldis Chapman, in my opinion. But would you trade Aroldis Chapman? He's been really good this year. He's been one of your most consistent relievers. He's been awesome. T for trade if you trade him. K for keep if you keep him. Let me know down below in the comments. Again, this is all under the scenario that you're selling. If you're selling, I would trade him in a heartbeat. And I would bet you if they are selling at the deadline, he's going to be one of the first people to go. We got to talk about it. I don't want to. I don't feel good about it. It makes me sick to my stomach. I absolutely hate that we are talking about a Jarren Duran trade, but he's all that anyone is talking about right now. I've seen 75 different Jarren Duran trade proposals in the last 2 days. I saw one today where the Padres were giving the Red Sox their 3 best prospects in Xander Bogaerts just for Jarren Duran, which is absolutely ludicrous. But I mean, he's good. Has he regressed a little bit this year? Yes. But he's still hitting .274 with a .747 OPS. He still leads the league in triples. He's still the spark plug of your lineup. Look, I don't think it happens. But if it does, it's not going to be the San Diego Padres. They don't have a package necessary to make the trade happen. They don't have the farm system. If Leo DeVries and Ethan Salas are out of the question, they don't have the farm system worthy. And there's no major league talent that is worth trading Jarren Duran for. Now, there's a lot of rumors that Craig Breslow wants to trade him. One, I don't understand why. I think that's ludicrous. And two, I don't know. I don't know what you would have to give up, and I don't know what teams would be willing to give up for Jarren Duran that would make sense. Craig Breslow and the front office need to understand something. If you trade Jarren Duran, this is your Mookie Betts. This is your legacy. Because he's not as good as Mookie Betts, not even close. Mookie Betts won the MVP the year before. But he's just as, if not more, beloved than Mookie Betts. This will be Craig Breslow's legacy if he trades away Jarren Duran. You will lose a large portion of your fan base. Large portion of your fan base if you trade Jarren Duran. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. A name that makes more sense, though, is Wilyer Abreu. If you're going to trade an outfielder, I think it should be Abreu. It just makes more sense. It just makes more sense. Wilyer's great. He started off the season phenomenally. He was one of the hottest hitters in baseball. He's already got 13 home runs. I think his career high is like 15. He's going to crush that this year. He's regressed over the past month. He doesn't have the versatility or the dynamic ability that Jarren Duran has. He's a Gold Glover in right field, yes. I think Duran could be a Gold Glover in the outfield as well. And it all comes back to Roman Anthony, okay? It all comes back to Roman Anthony. That's why we're talking about these outfielders. If you're in sell mode, sell one of the outfielders, you open up a spot for Roman Anthony. If you're not willing to move Ceddanne Rafaela into the infield, which I think would be the most optimal path forward, is moving Ceddanne to the infield, moving Duran to center, and moving Roman to and bringing up Roman Anthony, putting him in left. I think that's the most optimal. I think that's the best lineup you could compose, honestly. If they're not willing to do that, which we have yet to see that they are, trading Wilyer Abreu is the path to Roman Anthony. It's not Jarren Duran. Wilyer's beloved. He's great, but he's not as beloved as Jarren Duran. I don't think he is as pivotal to the chemistry of the team as Jarren Duran. I don't believe that. I think a trade and then bringing up Roman Anthony would make a lot more sense than it would Jarren Duran. That's just me, though. I just don't think it makes as much sense. Here's my trade candidates. You let me know. Name a player you think the Red Sox should trade. If you say Trevor Story or Masataka Yoshida, I understand it, but it's not going to happen. They're both bad and they have giant contracts. It's not going to happen. But you name a player, though. It could have been one of the 5. It could be someone else. Let me know down below in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. And that's where we're going to end it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed your off day. I certainly enjoyed my off day. I went to go see a movie. I got to hang out. I was not stressed. My mental health wasn't absolutely deteriorating because the Red Sox were playing losing baseball. It was great. Again, we're going to be live tonight. First Yankee game of the season, and it's a very pivotal series. The Red Sox need to make up ground on the Yankees if they want to survive. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, lock us in, and join us tonight for the first Yankee game of the season.